Hello everybody, my name is Renee and welcome to the Go Within channel, where I help people to go within themselves to find their own answers. Today is Workout Wednesday and I'm so glad you're here to join me because this is a great stretch to put in your toolbox for your lower back and hips for whenever they get tight, which for some of us happens on a regular basis. So this pose is called supine spinal twist or reclining spinal twist. But basically what it's going to be is a lower lumbar or lower back twist that's going to help stretch out those lower back muscles, spinal muscles, and the hip muscles. So this is excellent if you are prone to getting sciatic pain or tight lower back or just tight hips. Now I do want to caution you on a few contraindications before we get started. Do not do this stretch if you are in the middle of an acute sciatica flare-up. Don't do it. If you have sciatica that's inflamed and it's acute right now, do not do this stretch. I just want to be really clear about that. Also, if you have any kind of spinal or hip injury, if you've had a hip replacement, or if you have any kind of degenerative spinal disc disorder going on, also, please do not do this exercise. So, now, let me tell you about what this pose is good for, and then we'll get into it and get down to the specifics about the alignment. As I mentioned briefly, this pose is great for helping to relieve tight lower back muscles and tight hip muscles. In addition to that, and as a little side benefit, it's also really good at stretching the front of the shoulder and the chest. And these muscles can get really tight, and you know when they're tight because sometimes they will pull forward and pull our posture inward. So it's also good for that. And because it's a twisting pose, twisting poses are great for the internal organs and for your digestion. So you can just imagine when you're twisting your body, how that is affecting and massaging and helping out those internal organs. So that is also a benefit. All that you need to do this stretch is a yoga mat, and it's good to have a yoga strap handy. You don't have to have it. I'll show you a variation with and without the strap. If you want recommendations for yoga mats, straps, or any other equipment, I will put links to all of that below the video. So let's get right to it, and I'll break down the pose for you and talk about it as I go. I'll show you how it goes on each side of the body so you can see what it looks like. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to do the pose with a bent knee and no yoga strap. This is a really good way to start if you're just learning how to do the pose. The first thing you want to do is lie flat on your back on your mat. I'm going to begin by taking my left leg along on the floor and bring my right leg into a right angle. I want my knee over the hip. Relax your head on the ground, and now you're going to take your opposite hand, my left hand, to the outside of the right knee. So if you get confused, remember, you're working opposite sides of the body. So left hand to the outside of that right knee, and I'm going to pull this across my body. Notice how I'm keeping my knee in alignment with the hip, so I don't want to be down here, but right about here. I'm going to reach down maybe about there or so, depending on how it is for you. Now the great part, this is for your shoulder and chest. I'm going to take my right arm and open it the opposite direction. When you do this at home, I recommend turning your head to look towards the hand, unless it bothers your neck. Right now I'm kind of turning to look at you in the camera, but if you're doing this at home, you want to be doing it like this. So let this go as far as it goes. You don't have to be all the way down to the floor. Just let it go until you feel a nice stretch right here. This is your piriformis muscle and some others talking. That's the hip stretch we're getting into, and that's great. You're going to hold this for a little while, maybe 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds. However long you feel you need for that sensation to kind of ease up a bit. And then bring it back up. You can use your hand to help your leg up, that's fine. And then you're going to switch. This time I have my right hand going to the outside of my left knee. I'm going to pull that across my body, again keeping the knee in alignment or in a straight line from the hip. Now I'm going to take my left arm and open that out with the palm facing upward. This side for me feels a little bit tighter than the other side. And that's very normal to have some asymmetry. So I'm just holding and feeling that sensation. Now here, I also want to draw your attention to this leg. Sometimes we get kind of relaxed and the leg is kind of flopped out like that or bent. Try to keep it in a straight line like how you started, and try to keep it straight. Okay, so you're going to hold that for a little while. You'll want to hold it for longer than as I'm showing you here in this video, but you get the idea. Okay, and then bring that back up and then place the foot down. Now, let's say you're doing that and that's not too hard. You want another challenge. Now we go to a straight leg. So I recommend you take your strap. I'll start with my left leg on the floor. Place the strap around the ball of the right foot. I'm going to take that straight up. Okay, I'm going to hold this in my left hand. I'm going to take this across the body. Open up the right arm. You may touch the ground, you may not. Don't worry about how far you fold over. That's not important. The important thing is that your alignment is good and that you're feeling the stretch. And again, you can either keep your gaze straight up or look to your right. Right now I'm just going to keep my gaze up towards the ceiling. And oh my goodness. So if you didn't know that your hips were tight, do this stretch and let me know what you feel. Sometimes it can be like, oh my goodness, what happened? Okay, and then you're going to bring that back up. Remove the strap from that foot. Okay, switch sides. Place it around the ball of your left foot. Again, hold it in the opposite hand as the foot that's up. Take that across the body, keeping that leg in straight line from your hip. I'm about to run into the wall here, but I'll just go that far. Open up the left hand. Check in with that back leg. Make sure that it's mostly straight. Wow. This is one of those cases I did not realize how tight I am, which is probably because I've been running lately. So you're just going to hold that until that sensation, it'll build up and then kind of ease up a bit. Okay, and then bring that back up. All right, awesome. Take that strap off, put it off to the side. Okay, so there you have it. How did that feel? I hope it felt really, really good. As I said in the beginning of the video, this is a really good pose to have in your toolbox. You know, you want to have one what's good for tight neck and upper back. This is good for tight lower back. Do this one daily if you need to. You can't go wrong. It's very gentle, very easy on the body, and just about anyone can do this pose. That's why I love it. Let me know how it goes for you. If you have any questions about it, leave me a comment below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you like it, and I hope you will share and subscribe. Thank you so much. I will see you next time.